Happy holidays, everybody. Thank you for joining me, my fun scraps, on behalf of Ooh La La Vintage Treasures. I am creating this morning these lovely little notebook, matchbook covered notepads. And anyways, they're quick and easy. They're fun for, stocking stuffers, teachers' gifts. I know these have been done before. I don't know that I've ever seen them done this way, but we'll just go for it anyways. They are really reasonably priced little gifts for loved ones and everybody that you know. They're fun projects to do with the kids also. So let me set these aside. Anyway, so we are starting out with these like mini, let me see if I can get this here, mini writing pads. They're 3.5 inches by 5 inches. These I got at the dollar store. So I am making virtually 6 gifts out of these for $1, and then of course my other materials. So $1 a piece, you're creating these really cute, lovely little gifts for people. These notepads, like I said, are 3.5 this way by 5 inches this way. Before you measure your paper and you start cutting them, but I already did, you want to make sure that you also measure the width of this spine right here. The reason being is because you're going to add that and another inch. So it'll be 1 inch plus the spine and then the length of your paper. So this is 5.25, including the spine, and then another inch here. So my paper should measure 6.25 by 3.5, right? So 3.5 this way, 6.25 this way to wrap around the back. So it'll make your cover and it'll wrap it around the back like this. And then the same for the bottom, because you will need to make the spine for the pocket on the bottom and it to wrap around to make your little pocket. So then I already pre-cut these before we started. So these are 3.5 this way by, I'm not sure the quarter. We'll pull out the scoreboard and we will, oh, my bone folder's in here. Okay, we will score these. You will be scoring the length of this, which is 5 inches, okay? Then you're going to score at 1/4 for the margin for the spine, okay? And then this will wrap around the back of your notebook. So let me do this. Only actually go to glue this. Okay, so there's the cover, and we're going to do the back cover. So we're also going to score this one the same way. Oops, at 5 inches, you're going to score at 1/4 for that spine allowance, and the rest of it will wrap around for the little pocket. All it does is the extra inch adds you that much more room to decide if you want to decorative edge it, if you want to leave it straight. Okay, so now that we're done scoring, I'm going to put this away. You can decide, you've got your, oops, this is your cover. So you get to decide whether or not you want to decorative punch it before you put it on, if you want to leave it straight, which makes it, just as easy. I would have thought that this would have been, oh well. This is what I'm talking about, giving yourself enough room so that when you punch it, if you decide to punch, you have enough space on here to put your adhesive and wrap it around still. This one might be kind of questionable as to the length, but we will try it anyways. Let's see. Yeah, it still gives it enough of an area. Okay, so we decorative edged one of them. Now, I think I want to decorative edge the bottom too, but I'm not positive. Let me, I'm going to cut this down a little bit before I do that. I don't want to cut it too much because I still want this to wrap around. Okay. So what you're going to do, this is my whole thought process, I think as I go, which is good and bad. Okay, so you're going to line up that front cover and place your notepad in the middle. Just like this. Make sure that that's going to wrap around for you. You're going to get some hot glue and you're going to put it right oops, right between the two score lines. Now you want to try and put it on the hottest setting possible for your hot glue. The hotter the glue, the better the fuse you will get. It's no fun if these are falling apart. Okay, so we got the cover on for the most part. Now we're going to do the back. You got this already measured out, ready to go. We're going to use ATG gun for the most part, just so that the back is stuck on pretty good. Okay, so you want to do a pretty liberal amount of adhesive here so that the contact is really good. I would run another bead of hot glue at the top. This is just what I did. You don't have to do it this way if you can figure out a different way to do it and have it stick really good. Totally up to you. But I have found that this sticks it down pretty good. So you get that on there, tack it down really good. Okay. Now the flap, you still have this little flap, so I had ATG gun that right to the top of your notebook. Oops. Don't want to glue it to the table, we want to glue it to the notepad. So just like that on your score line. So that's your top cover, it's already stuck now to the front. Okay, your back cover, you're going to wrap this around at your score lines. At your score lines, excuse me. Just like that, see? And it makes your little Matchbox pocket at the bottom. Okay. So, now I already measured out my embellishments. What you're going to do is you're going to measure out a length of ribbon or beads or whatever you decide to use, and you're going to fuse it to this bottom. That's what's going to keep the pocket tight around your notepad. You can't hot glue it to the bottom because then your note pages won't come out freely as you use them. So you want to make sure that whatever you're binding this with is going to do the job. Okay, so here we go with the pocket. I'm going to just fuse these as we go. Top. Okay. Put that fuse on there. Just for the sake of time, I'm just going to go right straight to the back. Typically, I would hot glue 3 and 4 spots on the front and 2 to 3 on the back on each side, just to make sure it's tight on here on your notebook. But again, you don't have to. This is just preference. We're going to pull it tight around the back and fuse this in place back here. Some hot glue. Try and get rid of the spider webs. Those are no fun to see on projects. But for the sake of time, I'm just going to fuse this in place and then clean it up after. Okay. So there we go. Now we got the pocket in place, and you can tuck your cover right into that little pocket, just like that. Okay? And have fun decorating your cover. So I got these little sprigs because I want these to be holiday gifts. And I'm just going to hot glue these right to the front. I like these little Christmassy things. They're wonderful for teachers' gifts, like I said earlier. And these are just going to go right with the kids to school for some friends or their teachers. Then we're going to add the flower. I'm going to, coil this around this craft flowers. I just grabbed one out of my stash, and we're going to hot glue it right here to the front. There you have it. Cute little matchbook covered notebook.